In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to find homeowners who are begging for you to buy their property step by step. What's going on, everybody? My name is Bailey Kramer, and welcome back to my channel where we talk all things real estate investing. In the first part of the series, I explain the top 4 ways to get in front of homeowners who might be looking to sell their property. If you haven't already, make sure you go watch that video first, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand is that a homeowner who is begging for you to buy their property is called a motivated seller. And for the most part, in order to find good real estate deals, you need the homeowner to be motivated, or else there's really no incentive for them to sell at a discount. Here are a few examples of how a homeowner could be motivated to sell. Maybe their property needs a ton of repairs and they don't have the money to do it. Or maybe the homeowner is behind on their mortgage payments and can't get out. Or another super common one, especially during today's times, is maybe the homeowner is a landlord and their tenant hasn't paid rent in months. Those are just a couple examples of what would make a homeowner a motivated seller. So now that we understand what a motivated seller actually is, let's jump into the step-by-step of how to actually find them. So in order to find these motivated sellers, you need a data source. Now there's actually a strategy called door knocking or driving for dollars, which I outlined in the previous video, where you don't need any data sources. But for direct mail, texting, and calling, and the other strategies I went over in the previous video, you're gonna need a data source. The data source that I use is called Propstream, and it's designed specifically for real estate investors. You can get a free trial to Propstream using the link in the description below. Okay, so once you sign up for Propstream, this is what the main screen will look like. So to start out, what you do is you search in the search bar the city that you want to buy property in. So let's just say, for example, you want to buy a property in Orlando, Florida. All you do is type in Orlando, Florida. Now, when you press search, you'll see that there's 325,000 properties that come up in Orlando, Florida alone. Now, these are not all motivated sellers. These are just all the different properties within Orlando, but I'll show you how to narrow it down so all you see is potential motivated sellers. So if you go over here and you press filter, you'll be able to actually filter the properties based on a bunch of different characteristics. One of the reasons why I love Propstream is because they have a feature called the quick list choice. And this is literally where Propstream pulls potentially motivated sellers for you. So some indications that we talked about before, like vacant properties or properties that have liens or high equity properties. Propstream kind of does the legwork for you and makes it easy. So let's start and say, we want to look at properties that are vacant. What we do is just click the button that says vacant. So once we do that, we can press the X here, and what we'll see is 6,210 properties pop up. Now that's a lot of vacant properties, but what we'll want to do is narrow down the list even more to make our list super targeted. So we can go back to the filter button and maybe we go by valuation and equity info. So here you can put the estimated value of the house. Maybe you only want to handle a property that's up to $300,000 or $500,000. Whatever it is, you can put all of your criteria in here. That way you don't waste any searches or effort calling, texting, direct mail, or whatever method you choose. So for this example, we're going to put the estimated value at a maximum of $300,000 and a minimum of $100,000. And we're going to change the property characteristics so that we're only looking at single family right now. And just so that we can narrow our search down even more, let's just say that we're going to look for houses with bedrooms of 2 to 4 bedrooms. So when we press this X here, we'll see that there's still 1,781 properties that fit our criteria. Maybe for you, you're thinking 1,781 properties, that's not too many. I can either call them, text them, or send direct mail. Others might think, I'm gonna get my list down even more. So again, you can go back and put on more filters. But once you decide that you narrowed it down enough, and based on your criteria, what you can do is now export these properties. So you could either click here and choose all 1,781, or what you could do is only select a few of them. So we'll just select 3 for this example, and we're gonna go ahead and press add to list. If I was actually doing this for me, I would probably call it the Orlando vacant property list. That way, when I go back and search for more, I know where to add more properties to. So once you save the list, the next step will be going to my properties here on the left side. And here are the 3 properties that we just saved. Once you click on my properties, you'll want to go to the list you just created. Here we had YouTube video, test, vacant. So these are the 3 properties that we just saved from the list. Now the next step is to skip trace the list. What skip tracing is searching for the property owner's phone number and emails if you want to go the texting or cold calling route. You could either do this on Propstream Propstream for 12 cents per address. Or what you could do is you can use a free tool such as Family Tree Now that'll skip trace it for free. It just might take a little bit more time. If you're thinking you want to go the Propstream route, here's what you'd do. You'd go down here to skip tracing and you'd select the contacts. So first, available contacts, you'd select your list. This is our list, YouTube video test. And then once those are selected, what you'll do is you'll press add selected contacts and select them. So these are all the properties and all the names, numbers that we want to skip trace. So then press done. And it says we have 3 contacts selected. That's exactly what we want. So next we'll press next. And here's where the payment information comes in. So it's showing us that we owe 24 cents and because it says 1 contact has already been omitted due to being a duplicate. So next you just place your order and it'll instantly skip trace the data. So once you skip trace the list, what you can do next is go to the contacts tab to see the skip trace list. So now that we're in the contacts tab, this will show all the names and numbers of the people that I skip traced. What you can do next is export the list so that it's a file. And from here, you can put all this data into either a Google spreadsheet, into an Excel file, whatever method you want to do. Now that you have all the data you need, you can get to work marketing to these sellers. Again, to choose the best method for you, make sure you go check my previous video where I break down all the different strategies. All right, so that's pretty much everything you need to know step by step of how to use Propstream, how to pull the leads, and then get to work. If you have any other questions about how to use Propstream or what lists to pull, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll be sure to answer all of your questions. And if you got value out of this video, do me a favor and subscribe to this channel so you can stay tuned for all future videos. And until next time, peace.